The challenge is how to speak out on issues of the day that impact quite directly the mission of the university without being subject to the simple and easy criticism that you're a public university, you can't take a political position, or you can't support a party, or you can't support a candidate. And that challenge seems to be coming up more frequently in recent months. What I want to talk about is immigration. And that's a hot button issue of the day. In the public space, our political leaders are talking about clamping down on immigration as a mechanism to make our nation safer. And it's certainly a legitimate worry of the government to make the United States as safe as possible for its citizens. I think the public that we serve, many people, worry that immigration, perhaps from some countries or some parts of the world, make people feel less safe, perhaps make people less safe actually. That's a legitimate view that's held by many people in our society. And I think also many people are concerned in this era of economic insecurity that immigrants may somehow make it harder for them to get a job, for them to compete in the evolving economy of the United States, this globalized economy. So feeling less safe, competing for jobs, that drives the political process, and that's part of what's leading to the discourse from our new government about imposing barriers. But a reason what the universities decided to join with others, of course, and speak out on this issue is at several levels. The first, and in some ways the most empathetic, are students in our community known as DACA students, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, a program introduced by the last administration targeted at young people that were brought here as undocumented immigrants by their parents during their childhood, and that essentially this is the only home they've ever known. And the notion of DACA was an executive action, executive order by the last administration that basically allowed these folks to come to school and learn and try to build a better life for themselves without worrying about a knock on the door that may tell them they have to leave the country. This has been called in threat. Currently, it remains a threat, and we'll have to see how that turns out, but it was important for our community to speak about the role of these students in our community and the fact that we value them and they are valued components of who we are. The second, of course, was recently when the new administration called out 7 and now 6 specific countries, predominantly Muslim countries, and said that we're not going to allow people here on visas for a period of time, and then we'll look carefully and we'll figure out what to do next. There are students from these countries that come to study at Michigan. Not, again, huge numbers. We're talking about on the order of 100 or so students. In the case of Michigan, we're mainly talking about graduate students from Iran, but people who are in the midst of their studies, contributing to their lab, contributing their productivity of their research, eventually impacting our economy. We're talking now about enhanced vetting, a program of looking way more carefully at nations that you need a visa to visit the United States, and the level of scrutiny that these visa applicants will be asked to undergo in some ways is the equivalent of a strip search in order to be allowed entry into the United States. And then finally, the situation around a special visa program called H-1B visas, where you can come and bring special skills to our country. Often our postdoctoral fellows and our graduate students end up transitioning to H-1B visas after their training period is over. And here's the challenge for us. Not only are we a nation of immigrants, but we're a university of immigrants. 20% of the Michigan faculty was born somewhere else. 20%. Many of our students come here from all around the world, hardworking, talented students. They teach, they learn. They make Michigan, the university, as our first student to come here from another country was in 1840. The first faculty member from abroad to join our university, 1846. So we're a global university. My fear is less for the DACA students and the students from these Muslim countries, although we will do our very best to support them. It's the chilling message that's sent by this level of scrutiny on all immigrants that has the potential to dramatically impede the work of the university, our research and our education. And even more so, I think this approach actually makes our nation less safe. It makes it less safe in many ways. One is the folks that come here to learn and study and do research are actually contributing to the innovation pipeline that comes out of our great universities and helps our economy lead the world, invents new industries, changes in how we deliver healthcare, new devices, new ways of understanding the world. The second is people from around the world impact the education we deliver on our campus. We're in a globalized society with modes of communication and transportation that really make us one global people, certainly for the generation of students we're educating now. And they need to be able to learn about cultures and about people and their traditions from all around the globe, because those are going to be their colleagues, their business partners, their customers, in some instances, their competitors. The less safe part is the students that we educate here that go back to their own country, they take a little bit of America with them. They demystify our country. They sort of draw back the veil of whatever propaganda exists abroad about what America and Americans are like, and now they have firsthand knowledge. And it's way more difficult to hate or distrust or, God forbid, go to war with people that you know and understand, as opposed to people who try to keep you out of their country. So for a variety of reasons, keeping our nation safe, helping drive our economy, and then the success of our university as an educational and research enterprise, immigration is an issue that, even though we're a public institution and it's in the political space, I feel it's necessary as a university leader that we speak out on. The AIU has led the way on this under Mary Sue. Many of the universities represented here have done similar things. But that's really the challenge we're going to confront in this very political era, is how do we walk that line between picking on issues that we can contribute to, that make our mission stronger, make our university stronger and more valuable to society, without being categorized or dismissed as inappropriately acting in the political space. So with that, I'll hand things off back to Paul or to the panel.